Hello, America. This is Eddie Marcus. I'm back again. I was doing some research and I find something that I need to talk to you about. For those of you who don't know it, my craft is basically that I'm a social scientist. I spend most of my educational training pursuing the science of dealing with people. That is my background as far as education goes. But that is not what I really champion. I really talk about that which is everlasting, beyond and before. That is the good truth that comes from the one that knows the truth, the spirit that sees in the dark. Not just in the light, but in the dark as well. So when he speaks, he can speak truth, that of the dark and that of the light. And I want to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, the reason I'm taking this moment to come to you right now is because you have a president of the United States of America that is, and I want you to know, listen to me tell you this is the truth. He is a devil. Now, I don't mean he's the devil that you guys have been reading about with horns. I mean, he might act like he has horns, but I don't think he got any horns. He doesn't have a long tail. That image that has been given to us a long time ago. But he's a devil nonetheless. And why do I say that he's a devil? He's a devil because he's evil. He's mean. He's nasty. He's low down. He's vengeful. Now, you heard him say a long time ago. Well, maybe many of you have forgotten about it. But there have been stories on the internet for years telling you that what dictators do and what authoritarian governments do and what was coming to America. They were telling you that people like myself, who was always talking about it doesn't matter who's president, who's governor. I speak about the inadequacies of the policies that they have projected and given to you, the people, and how it falls so short of what has been given by God and what is required that you can have if you choose it. But anyway, the line goes that people like me, some of us, would be apprehended and sent back to school to be taught democracy, capitalism, be taught Americanism. Just like in China right now, I hear that they are teaching people people who are upset, talking about being more democratic. I understand that they are sending them back to these camps where they're trying to train them and teach them how to forget about all of this other stuff and program themselves only towards China. You see that, ladies and gentlemen? Doesn't that just make you sick? No, it doesn't make you sick. No, it doesn't make you sick because you bought into this lie. Now, Trump is saying that, and it happens in Russia, it happens everywhere, where this kind of power as well. Anybody that is, you consider an adversary or whatever, you investigate them and try to have them put in jail for the fullest extent of what you found on them. And ladies and gentlemen, that goes back to another reality. You've heard the expression, we're all sinners. What that basically means is that we all have done some things that we might be ashamed of. Whether it's right or wrong, we don't know. In most instances, it's things that we figure is wrong. Not that it's necessarily wrong, but we think it's wrong because we've been taught it was wrong and we hide it because we don't want anybody else to know about it. And now that we've done it and somebody else has found out about it, now they can hold us. You know, we were talking about they might have something on Trump in Russia, and that's why he's kneeling down to Putin, just like Gorbachev kneeled down to Reagan. You know, that's what they're saying about that, right? Okay, so Trump gets in. He look at everybody that says something against him. Everybody that says something against him, have them investigated, find one of those little things that they did, find out the maximum punishment they can get for it, and have those people that he set up in the Department of Justice to prosecute these people and send these people in jail, while the devil is sitting up on the throne, excused by all of his enablers. How do you think Michael Cohen feels? Did exactly what Trump told him to do. He's in jail for it. The one who told him to do it and benefited from it is sitting up on the White House throne. Why do you think that those senators say we're going to let him go? Because they know what he's going to do. They know he's going to try to burn him in every way he possibly can. Ladies and gentlemen, you are the people of America. He's not just running the Congress. He's running you too. And so what he does represents you. All of you America. I don't care who you think you are. You got a devil in the White House. Supported by all of the people. I know you don't want to believe that, but you do. You got a little line that said where you think you don't support him. But you might as well. You don't support God. If you don't support God, you support evil. You say, well, it's not the big evil. I don't support the nuclear war. I support the war with the machetes. Look, I want to tell you something about God. This is no game with God. And God is not in a hurry. God is not running out of time. Time is infinite. God is infinite. And whether you know it or not, most human beings are infinite. You don't learn it today, you learn it tomorrow. And I know everybody's been lied to by this heavenly thing. Everybody want to go to heaven. Nobody's going to say, well, my mama died and she's on her way to hell. My folks won't be up there in the light looking for me. They're going to be in hell. No, I'm not saying anybody going to hell, and I'm not saying anybody going to heaven. But I can say this. Who ain't going to heaven? Who ain't going to heaven? Who are you to judge? I'm going to tell you who ain't going to heaven. Who ain't going to heaven? Those who are not fit to be in heaven. Let me give you an example. Now, you know Donald Trump ain't going to heaven. Donald Trump going to hell unless he changes. And you know those people, those senators, you might not believe it, but every last one of them, most of them, I ain't going to say every last one of them, might have a couple of atheists in there, but most of them think they're Christian people. Most of them. Even Republicans and Democrats, though they differ, they got people on each side calling themselves Christians. That lets you know they don't know what the stinking they talking about. They just as blind as you are. And you know you don't know what you're talking about. But anyway, that's the game that's being played. So I say to you, ladies and gentlemen, what are you going to do about it? They say it's 300 million of you in this country. Are you going to let that one man full of all that evilness control and manipulate you, even though you got something that you've been hiding? But ain't nothing you've been hiding is as ferocious as the stuff that he's been hiding. And I tell you what, if you think they're going to start looking, then you start bragging. You start telling who to tell why. Nobody done anything that they can't justify. You did it, you can justify it. Now, whether they'll accept it or not is a whole different story. But how can you know when you won't tell the story? Trying to hide. There was something that made you do this. That was something that made you go out and steal something. That was something that made you so mad you slapped somebody upside the head. Maybe you should have been able to control it, but you didn't control it. That was something that took you over the edge. Now tell us what it is, because we might be responsible for it just as much as you are. So what am I saying? I'm saying to you that Donald Trump has said, at least they have it on the internet on a magazine, that if he ran for president, he was going to run as a Republican because he felt the Republicans most the evil and stupidest people on earth. That's what he said. He ran for president as a Republican. He became president. Does that mean that what he said was true? Most people would say yes. Especially since they turned him loose from this impeachment thing. But it is Donald Trump. That's the kind of thing when you say the devil going to and forth all over there trying to see what he can destroy. Well, look, who does he destroy? The weak. When you go out in the park, the bully, who did the bully pick on? Somebody that walked around like I kick your butt if you touch me? No. Look at the weakling. To make them look big. Put somebody down to make them look tough. That's what you do in the parks. So when you come out here in the community, who do you look for? The weaklings. They even say that he ventured up in heaven where the angels were. Where did he go? They say he found a third of what? Third of the heavenly hosts. What third did he get? He got the weaklings. Now, like we came to earth, we didn't have no choice as far as we know. I'm sure if the angels were in heaven, if they went through the same kind of process we went through based upon what we know, they probably was just put there too. And when that vicious evilness came up there in heaven, the weaklings, the good people, the good angels, they failed. They were intimidated, they were outsmarted, whatever you want to call. They weren't sure of themselves. Now here we are, down here, just like the angels were up there, not sure of ourselves, failing all over the place. And every time one of us died, they say, well, he's in heaven. My mama's dead. Based upon what I'm telling you, my mama's not in heaven. My dad is dead. Based upon what I'm telling you, my dad is not in heaven. My family's not in heaven. And if I die right now, I ain't going to be in heaven. And neither will you. And stop lying to yourself. One thing, if you're going to ever straighten yourself out, get straight, stop lying to yourself. Stop pretending. You screwed up. You are as messed up as you can be. This country is as messed up as it can be. And until you can admit that, you will never try to fix it. Now, in our country, we got a major problem between black folks and white folks. White folks were taught one thing, black folks were taught another. White folks was taught to oppress and abuse, and black folks was taught to turn the other cheek. Don't start no stuff, because we will mess you up. And they took a seat, especially taught by their parents, taught by their mama. Didn't want to see them go through no changes, so just be cool. Look at the ground, don't look them in the face. But that wasn't God telling you that. They're telling that was they didn't mean any harm. They were just trying to protect you, keeping you from getting hit right here. But if you are in a dark place, ladies and gentlemen, if standing up means you're going to get hit side the head, you stand your tail up every time. Because I guarantee you, if you are fearful for that, you will never stand up. They'll walk on you as long as there's breath in your body. So, even though you were taught that, so I'm telling you right now, ladies and gentlemen, I hear people saying Donald Trump should be impeached. And a lot of people who are in positions of power, like the Attorney General, should be impeached. Well, while we're just sitting on the people, well, for me, what the Democrats do is not sufficient. Now, they'll do something a little bit different. I realize there are a lot of Democrats out here. And I realize that Democrats, in their own heart and in their own mind, they are no way as dirty and low down as Republicans. And Republicans think they are not. They think the same way about you. But that doesn't matter. How does God think about it? And God is not looking about what the Republicans think, what the Democrats think. He's looking at the result of their thoughts on the population. It never changes. People always got haves and have-nots. People always out there homeless. People always are jobless. Many of them can't get education that's required. Can't get health care. They're just out there. Republicans and Democrats. Christians and atheists. So, how can, the atheist don't mind claiming that he's an atheist because he knows anything about none of that stuff. But how can a Christian justify being a Christian with all this stuff going on? By saying, I don't participate? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think I just wanted to share with you today, this moment, that you got a devil that's running the show right now. And it's going to be on you if you don't fix it. The Senate failed to fix it. But it's not over. The Senate works for you. Listen to me. Let me tell you one more time. It's not over. The Senate works for you. They had a responsibility. They took an oath to that responsibility, and they failed. They are supposed to be fired. Let me tell you again, ladies and gentlemen, they had an a responsibility that they took an oath that said that they were going to do. They even went before the world, took another oath about what they were going to do, signed on a dotted line saying what they were going to do, and went back, received paychecks from you, receiving health care from you, receiving other benefits from you, and went and did not represent you. Talking about my constituents. What about right and wrong? If your constituents are wrong, are you going to stand up and represent wrong? Because that's your, come on, folk. You say, well, I ran as a wrong person, so they want me to go there to run wrong. America, you hear that? You hear that? Fix it.